Good morning, fellas. My name is Balanced Guardian. I am here to show you a couple of cool interactions I have found within Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Uh, Obviously, plenty of people are talking about the buffmeister glitch and different interactions with that, and the Stabomancer always going for the critical hits and everything. Uh,
Spells are up!
I started this game as a graveborn. I am currently using spell shot as a secondary class. Obviously, I do take advantage of sometimes the glitch with buffmeister and a high damaging spell in the left slot. However, I just wanted to show some love to the Tediore weapons because with the glitch or without the glitch, as I'll show you here in a minute, they are very strong, very fun. Anything that shoots for you, I think, is great, especially when you want to play the game high as hell. Um, so anything that shoots for you is obviously very fun. So, I am going over here. I am in Crackmass Cove. I'm going to go right over here to where some badasses are. Bear with me as I travel there. A couple of the guns, and I'll show you. Here, I'll show you some of the skills and stuff when I get there. Right here is where you will respawn when you save and quit. And the badasses are just up here. Alright. So, my usual loadout, it consists of a frying pan, obviously for damage reduction, for projectiles, on spellcast, increase elemental damage. Other stuff doesn't matter. I'm just going to be using these three Tito weapons. I mean, I can use this. It's really fun. It does good damage, but I mainly use it to kill myself in certain situations. That's what Arena Arrows is great for. The three different TDO weapons I like to use is one is SMG that finds the pixie, and I do find the pixies to be a lot more useful than the, let's say, the hydras, the multi-hit hydra. The hydras are great for that one boss that spawns far away that has the three phases, the giant dude. I can't remember his name. But he spawns in a puddle of goo that hurts you if you stand in it, and then he spawns up far away. But you can throw the hydras over there, and they'll attack him. But the pixies, when you spawn those, they spawn at you, and they don't travel that far to go attack that boss. That's really the only situation where I like that. And obviously, when I run out of ammo for the shotgun, or, well, I mean, I'm using two SMGs, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, the shotgun I have here is just a regular, purple shotgun. I have found that I believe it's because it is more pellet count. There's a times 12 right there. With that particular glitch, or actually with everything, it does more damage than everything. But it does so much damage. I love it so much. And then this SMG right here, I picked this because it just happened to be cryo and also times 4. And I put a couple different enchants on it. Now some of these enchants, like the action skill start, if you're using spell shot, it doesn't work. That doesn't matter because you don't have an action skill. It's not on cooldown. It's not starting. It's not ending. I mean, as far as I know. Other stuff I'm using, I have this wonderful ring right here. Not sure if it actually benefits me more than this other ring that gives me spell damage, but I figured I'd use it, anyway. What the hell? Other ring, 15% gun damage, yada yada yada. Class item. This is a favorite class item of mine. I got this the other night when I was farming offline in the vending machines. It converts all my companion damage, which these pixies, they're going to be cryo anyway because these are cryo weapons. But the Hydra here, this is a shock weapon. It'll also make this Hydra cryo, and also all of the Hydras that spawn with your graveborn skill. Those will also be hydras. One other thing to note for survivability in this, you're using TDR weapons, so you are reloading a lot. So this skill right here, where you restore a portion of your reward every time you gain a stack of spell weaving, you gain a stack of spell weaving every time that you reload. Casting a spell or reloading grants this Fate Maker stack of spell weaving. So every time you reload, you get a small amount of shield. Let me get damage real quick, and you can see it goes up every time I reload. So other stuff that's happening here. Kill skills. My favorite thing about Graveborn is the final skill, where you activate a spell and it gives you kill skills. Whatever kill skills that you have on, I'm not sure exactly all of them. It does spawn these hydras too. It can, it'll usually spawn one every time you use a spell. It's like I'd say I give it like a 75% chance to spawn one. When you use a spell. Other stuff, kill skill. This will increase my spell damage every time I use a skill, and also my max health. Whatever other kill skills I have. I'm not sure what each of them are. Kill skill, essence strain. That's my cooldown duration for my spells, which is great. I always want to get, and I want to get a better class item that gives me more stuff into spell cooldown, because that reload that it gives you for this skill right here. That is pretty much completely worthless for using Tediore weapons. It's actually a detriment. And I would love to find something that would give me more spell weaving stacks or more, of stuff that'll benefit me more. Our hero skills, I'm maxed out in HP, maxed out in strength. Crit chance, I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit, it barely increases it. And what I've found, it doesn't really matter if you're not using the spell shot skill to give you, crit chance permanently. It's kind of worthless. I mean, if you're not using that, you're not going to be critting unless you're aiming for the head. Really, like having this maxed out is not going to make or break any build that you're making. Now the spell cooldown, I could use that absolutely. I just prefer to use some other stuff right now. But none of this matters. You can use whatever you want, to be honest with you, because you have the myth rank here. There's wonderful, wonderful myth rank that'll give you, stats and whatever you're using. I maxed out a couple of the ones that I liked. Constitution, strength. The more crit damage that you get is great. Anyway, back to skills. That's pretty much how everything is set up. Anything else I have not shown you? Oh, the buffmeisters that I'm using. So first I'm going to show you it without the glitch, obviously, and I like to put the acid one on the right, I'll put the fire one on the left. Now obviously the glitch will still work slightly, but it's scaling off of 155 damage instead of 4,299 damage. Which is, it's completely negligible. And once they patch this glitch, I'll imagine that what I'm about to show you is still possible, still great, still just fine. Now, like I was saying before, this SMG that I have, I love it. It's more ammo efficient than using the shotgun all the time, which is why I love it. But the shotgun, without a doubt, does the most damage. So I will show you this here. Hopefully I don't die. Here's the SMG, how this performs. Use one buffmeister, and you don't have to use them both. You can space them out because your spell shot skill will add damage for a little while anyway. So once one buffmeister runs out, you can cast the other one. No problem fighting these badasses here. Now they're not, if you go into the cast hammer, you can make things elite. And I haven't had an issue doing that. However, I've always used the glitch when I went in there, the glitch damage spell. I haven't brought this in there yet, but I'd imagine, these are Chaos 20 badasses. I'm not having really too much of an issue. That when I go into there, I won't have any issues. And these guys right here. It's not doing too bad right now. I'm not dying, But plus, I mean, it's cryo. Everything is cryo. They're slowing them down. They're giving me time to think, time to evade their shots, yada yada yada. And obviously, one drawback of Tediore weapons, they use a lot of ammo. They absolutely do, 100%. But I'll show you here. If you want to farm these guys, or farm anything really, there's very easy ways to do so. kill off a wave of these guys. Alright. Any more? Oh, there. Alright. There may be one or two left, but it doesn't matter. I didn't get any legendaries, so it doesn't matter. Now, you see I got that respawn point over there, so when I save and quit, continue back in.
Can't wait to throw some spells.
And I am right back where I was. Now, this time I'm going to use the shotgun. I told you did way more damage. It's not because it's bugged or anything, it's just more damage. Get going here. Fun. Archmage is a little bit harder to deal with. And if I put on my shock buffmeister for these particular enemies, it would definitely be good. And then of course the Stabomancer subclass has the interaction where the more status effects you have, the more damage you do. So I have 3 status effects on one right now with the fire and the cryo and the acid. Not the acid, but the poison. You see, I use a considerable amount of ammo, but everything is done much faster, much faster. And the same thing scales with the glitch. Like I said, these are my 2 favorite ones. These are the 2 guns that I use the most right now. Garbage. And so these are the ones that I use with the glitch, of course. Now, if I toss on that, it'll just be, you know, more of the same. Everybody's seen the glitch.
Can't wait.
Alright, toss that on real quick. Put on the high damaging spell on the left. I believe the type of damage of your spell doesn't really matter. However, for your spell shot skill, this one right here, the imbued weapon, it does matter. So every time that I cast a spell, if my buffmeister is on cooldown, when I cast this, it'll give me extra cryo damage, you know, for all my weapons, which is great. Cryo damage is a great damage type currently. And I also use the longest lasting buffmeister that I have, which in this case is 11.5 seconds. And also, you know, as I said before, I spec them to spell cooldown. I believe, if I remember correctly, the reason I didn't max out intelligence is because it really barely affected my cooldowns. It really barely did. Like with these kill skills and everything, and this right here, it really barely affected it. And currently, I'm just trying to farm for a buffmeister. There are buffmeisters in this game that can roll with the max cooldown and also two spell charges. And I'm still trying to farm for them. I have farmed for a lot in this game. Getting sick of it. Haven't gotten what I needed. It is what it is. And that's how it is. It's going to be that way for everybody until everybody starts, you know, duping stuff, joining people. Anyway. Now you'll see here, I can use whatever I want. I use this right here. If I get up the fucking ledge. Here we go. Toss these guys out. Use that spell. Use the glitch. Everybody's gonna die. You know, it's just typical glitch. Everybody sees this. Blah, 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 blah. Very fun. Very easy. And good survivability. Even in Chaos 20, extended runs, Chaos Dungeon, yada yada yada. Alright, everybody's dead, fun. Oh, we got legendary. I get Frozen Orb, the Frozen Orb number 7,627. Anyway, when you are low on ammo, and I'm not quite low yet, all you have to do, go on back to Bright Hoof. And obviously, if you have a slower console or slower PC, I'm on PS5. This won't be as fast. Grab the ammo, go back to the portal, return, should bring me right back to that respawn point.
Can't wait to throw some spells.
Bada bing, bada bang. Now, one thing I do want to show is how it works on Zomboss without the glitch. There's the Shadow Grave. Which one is it?
Can't wait to throw some spells.
Huh? Yeah, I'm probably going to use the shotgun on him just because it does more damage.
You're creepy. I like you, but you're creepy.
So again, I'll put on the acid one, I'll put on the fire one, and we should be good to go. Also, the amulet I'm just using that for loot luck. Obviously, yeah, obviously there's better options than this. This doesn't even give me, anything that's benefit lightning damage. Not even using it. Spore warden, I'm not spore warden. I'm just using it for loot luck. That's all I'm using. This shield, I mean, it increases companion damage, which is great because that affects your pixies and everything. Like I said before, and also gives me gun damage, yada yada yada. And I could put better enchantments on both of these, but I just haven't bothered because I mean I'm gonna eventually get better spells. So anyway, for the reason you can use them both at the same time. It's great.
How's that for an active
You ever get into a pinch like I just was, switch to something with a faster reload. I don't know, switch it out, because you can have Hydra companions and pixies at whatever time that you like.
C for effort. C
There we go. Now, obviously, that was fairly slow. There are optimizations that you can do. You can change out different things to make this faster. You can obviously use Stabomancer. They're great for boss damage. The stuff that I like to use all this stuff for is for mobbing and for the chaos chambers. I don't really have an issue with them, especially obviously with the glitch. This right here, I kill myself, respawn real fast.
So much to conquer.
Alright. Now, one thing I can do, instead of fire, I will give myself the cryo, and I will stagger the buffmeisters instead of tigers. Obviously, when the buffmeister is down, get away. No, significantly faster. No, it is what it is. There's always going to be a better way, right? Always, no matter what you do, there's always going to be a better way. Same in real life, same in the game. Always going to be a better way. But in case you haven't seen this done, super duper fast.
With me again.
You should die pretty much instantly. And that's just glitch power. That's great. Use it for tons of stuff. Fun. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time. I just want to showcase a couple things that I love with Graveborn. I'm probably going to make a new character and just make him a spell shot. That way I can test out plenty of other things, other interactions with spell shot. Because double buffmeister, after they patch everything, double buffmeister is just going to be really, really fun and possibly meta, but definitely really fun because obviously, as you know, buffmeister increases your movement speed. It's lovely, and if you have two buffmeisters on with a decent cooldown, and the stuff that I have on to decrease your cooldown more, you will have infinite movement speed, or an infinite movement speed buff, all the time. Anyway, thank you for your time, fellas. Have a great day.